Okay, we're going to start standing at the top of our mat. So everybody come to Tadasana, standing at the top of your mat. You can bring your feet hips distance apart. Ashley, I feel like I'm in your face, so I'm going to move back a little bit. No, you're good. Okay, so you're going to take a nice deep inhale through your nose, draw your shoulders up to your ears, and then a big open mouth exhale, let it go. We'll do one more like that. Inhale, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Open mouth exhale, let it go. You're going to start to breathe in and out through your nose, Ujjayi Pranayama. Take a couple of breaths here, settle in. Find your feet on the floor, check in with your body. If your eyes were closed, you're going to start to blink them open. As you inhale, you're going to sit the hips back, sweep the arms forward into your chair pose. And then as you exhale, straight away, we're going to bring that right knee into the chest, single leg chair. As you inhale, come back into your chair. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, back into your chair. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, chair. Exhale, left knee. Inhale, chair. So we're going to keep marching like this, nice and slow, side to side. This gets a lot on your arms. If it doesn't feel good in your neck, you're going to bring your hands down to shoulder height, or you can interlace them behind your back. We're going to do 2 more on each side. You're going to set that left foot down, draw the right knee into the chest, take the hands around the knee, and then come all the way up to standing. Take a couple of circles in through that right ankle. And then you're going to bring the sole of your right foot to your inner left thigh, coming into tree pose. Your hip points face forward like headlights, but you're working that knee towards the back of the room without rotating the rest of your pelvis. You can stay here, otherwise you can bring your hands up towards the sky. Options for balance challenge, you can take your eyes anywhere except for where you're looking now. If you want to add some movement, you can come into a swaying tree, so just reaching your arms over to the left, little side body bend. Inhaling through center and then exhaling over to the right. I'm going to take 4 more breaths here, whatever you're doing. Inhale, come through center. As you exhale, we're going to send that the right leg back behind us. We're coming into our warrior 3. So you'll take an inhale, reach yourself nice and long. And then as you exhale, you're going to curl yourself into a tiny ball. So bend the left knee, draw the right knee in towards the chest, and then draw the elbows in towards you. As you inhale, you'll straighten back out into your warrior 3. Fingertips can come to the floor here if you need. Exhale, curl yourself into a tiny ball. Inhale, lengthen. We've got 3 more. Ground down through your whole left foot. So really press into the big toe as well as the little toe. Last 2. You're going to inhale, come into your warrior 3. As you exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Bring the fingertips down. We're in our low lunge. You can drop the back knee, untuck the toes. You know it's going to be hard when this is how we're starting. As you inhale, you'll sweep your arms all the way up and overhead. Take your left hand, grab your right wrist. Inhale, nice and tall. And then as you exhale, you're just going to side bend over towards the left. So what I don't want you to see is don't just drop into your hips here. So I'm actively drawing up and then tucking my tail a little bit, pulling up through my wrist and then side bending. Take 1 more breath here. You'll come back through center, palms face each other, tuck under your back toe, take an inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come all the way up into crescent lunge. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, we're coming to chair. So step the right foot forward, sweep the arms back. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. As you exhale, raise the heels, sweep the arms back. Inhale, come into your chair. Exhale into your balance chair. We'll do 3 more here. Last one. Come into your chair pose, take an inhale. As you exhale, that left knee comes into the chest, grab around your shin, come all the way to standing and take a couple of circles through that ankle. Sole of the left foot comes to the inner right thigh. We can come down by the ankle as well if you need to. Hip points face forward. Work that left knee towards the back of the room by engaging your glute. And then hands can come to wherever you want. If you want to add that sway, again, you can. You'll go 2 times to each side. So we're here for 4 more breaths. You'll come back through center, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, that left leg comes back behind you into your warrior three. Hands can also sweep to the back of the room. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, bend both knees, bend the elbows, curl yourself into a tiny little ball. Inhale, straighten everything back out, warrior three. Exhale, curl in, tiny ball. Inhale, lengthen it out. We've got three more. Last one. Come into your warrior three as you inhale. As you exhale, step the left foot to the back of the mat, bring the hands down, set the left knee down, untuck the toes, and then as you inhale, you'll sweep those arms up into your low lunge. Right hand grabs the left wrist, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale, take your side bend. Take one more breath here. Come back up through center, palms face each other, tuck under the back toe, take an inhale. As you exhale, lift the back leg, crescent lunge. Inhale here. As you exhale, we're coming back into chair, sweep the arms back. Inhale into your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Take a couple of breaths here, pedal out through the legs, open up through the hamstrings. Let me fix my mat. Inhale, you'll come into a halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, plant the palms, you're stepping back into your plank pose. Remember, knees down is always a good option here. Get the dog off your mat. Gazes down towards the floor, lengthen through the back of your neck, so don't let your face drop towards the floor. Engage through your thighs, lift your hips a little bit, press energy out through your heels. We're going to be here for 5 more breaths. We're going to take one more breath and we're going to come into side plank. So you'll ground down through your right hand. You'll swivel to the outside edge of your right foot. You can drop the knee if you need to. Left arm comes to the sky. Always option to stagger the feet, especially if you're having shoulder issues. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. Always also option to drop to the forearm if you need. One more breath here. Bring it through center, straight to the other side. Ground down through the left hand. Either left knee is down, edge of left foot, or you're staggering your feet. Two more breaths. You'll come back through plank pose. We're coming into chaturanga. Inhale, shift forward. And then as you exhale, lower slowly with control all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes as you inhale. Peel the chest up, baby cobra. And then as you exhale, roll it down. We'll do 4 more like that. Inhale, draw your lower belly away from the floor. Lengthen your lower back. Exhale, bring it down. 3 more. Last one. Keep your hands where they are. Tuck under your toes. Your knees can be up or down. We're coming to plank. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, press the floor away. Come back into your plank or your tabletop. And then send your hips all the way up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Raise up onto the tippy toes. And then as you exhale, drop the heels over towards the right. Bend in through the right knee and press down through your left hand. You should feel a nice big stretch through your side body. Take one more inhale here. And big exhale. As you inhale, raise the heels, come through center. And then as you exhale, drop the heels over to the left, bend through the left knee, press down through the right hand, send the hips to the back of the room. Come back through center, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat, step walk or float your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, come all the way to standing. You're going to raise up onto the tippy toes. So try and press down through your big toes. I don't want to see you kind of just drop out through the ankles. Take an inhale here. Stay on your tippy toes. As you exhale, you're going to swan dive forward. Lower the heels. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. As you exhale, we're going to step back to plank pose. We're going to lower into chaturanga for the count of 5. So we'll shift forward and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're coming all the way to the belly. Interlace the hands behind you. Keep the feet down. Take an inhale, widen the collarbones. And then as you exhale, you'll start to peel the chest up. If it feels okay in your shoulders, you can start to lift your hands from your back and reach them towards the back of the room, as long as you keep open in your collarbones. You can stay here, or you can come into full Shalabhasana, lifting the legs. We're here for 3 more breaths. And release it. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Knees can be up or down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press back up to your plank pose. And then downward facing dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing on the tippy toes. Stay on your toes if you can as you exhale, forward fold. Drop the heels, inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. It's your vinyasa now. So as you exhale, you can step, walk, or float through chaturanga. You can add an up dog. You can come straight back to plank. You can skip the whole thing. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise all the way to the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the heels. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Make your way to downward dog. Step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. We've got 3 more rounds. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way to the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold. Lower the heels. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, your vinyasa. Step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to the tippy toes. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the heels. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, vinyasa. Final round. Step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. All the way to the tippy toes as you inhale. Fold it down as you exhale. Drop the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, your vinyasa. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. As you inhale, you're going to sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Options, as you exhale, you can start just by coming onto the left fingertips. Otherwise, you can start to try and hover that left hand, maybe reach it towards the back of the room. You're going to hold here for 4 more breaths, so you've got time to play. You're going to set the left hand down. Inhale, 3-legged dog. As you exhale, shift forward, round the right knee into the nose. We're coming back to a single leg plank. So as you inhale, the right leg hovers back behind you in a plank. You can drop the left knee if you need to. And then as you exhale, you'll tuck and round in your plank. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, tuck and round. We've got 3 more here. You need to start exhaling through the mouth. That's always a good idea. 1 more. As you inhale, come all the way back up to 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, step the foot all the way up in between your hands. Set up for crescent lunge as you inhale, come all the way to standing. I now have an eyelash and mascara in my eye, so this is fun. You have the option to stay here in your crescent lunge. If you want to add a little bit of an extra balance element, you can lift up that front heel and you can take your gaze to wherever you're not already looking, or you can close your eyes. I'm going to take 2 more breaths here. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to come all the way back down. Option to keep that right leg floating as you lower down into your chaturanga. Listen carefully. We're coming back to plank and then all the way to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep that left leg up towards the sky. You have the option to stay, otherwise come up onto the right fingertips. You could stay there. Otherwise, take a few rounds of breath, seeing if you can lift that right hand off, maybe reaching it towards the back of your mat. If you lifted it, right hand finds the floor, take an inhale. As you exhale, shift forward, tuck the knee to the nose, round it out. Single leg plank. As you inhale, just send the left leg to the back of the room in your plank. And then exhale, round it forward. Inhale, single leg plank. Exhale, round it forward. We've got 3 more here. Last one. Inhale into your 3-legged dog, send the left leg up. And then as you exhale, step it all the way through. Coming up into your crescent lunge, inhale, come all the way up. Once again, option to raise that front heel if you want to. One more breath here. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, hands find the floor. Option to keep that left leg floating. Come down into your chaturanga, pause, and then come all the way back up to plank. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, come all the way up into your chair pose. As you exhale, arms back, heels lift, balanced chair. Stay on your tippy toes, just inhale, sweep the arms forward. As you exhale, hips come down to the heels. You have the option to hang out here. Otherwise, I'm going to add the option for a crow pose. I already need a towel because I'm so sweaty. We're going to hold the first one for 5 breaths, and then we'll flow through it. So if you're coming into your crow, nice and high on your toes, make a shelf with your arms and then shift yourself forward. You can totally just hang out here in your malasana as well. I'm going to be here for 4 more breaths wherever you're at. Hug those elbows together. 2 more breaths. And then you're going to step, walk, or float through your chaturanga. However you get there, we make our way to downward facing dog. Also a good option, Justin. Pretty much sums it up. Good to know we're 15 minutes in, guys. Inhale, sweep that right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. There's hope yet. Inhale, come all the way up. Raise that front heel. And then as you exhale, we're coming straight back down into our chaturanga. Option to keep that right leg floating. We're coming straight back into plank from chaturanga. And then downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Crescent lunge as you inhale, raise that front heel just as an option. And then as you exhale, plant the hands. Option for a single leg chaturanga. Back to your single leg plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, balanced chair, arms back, heels up. Stay on the heels. Inhale, the arms forward. Exhale, hips down. Stay here in your toe squat. Otherwise, your inhale is your crow pose. And then your exhale, you'll shoot it back, step it back. However you get there, make your way to downward dog. That's okay. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Inhale, crescent lunge, lift that front heel. Exhale, bring it back down through your vinyasa. Know that you can always skip them. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Front heel lifts as you inhale in your crescent. Exhale, bring it straight back down. Nice work. Look to the top, step, walk, or float. We've got 2 more rounds. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, balance chair. Stay on the toes as you inhale, sweep the arms forward. As you exhale, hips to heels. Option to stay, otherwise inhale into your crow pose. And then as you exhale, make your way to downward dog, however you want to get there. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Crescent lunge, raise the heel, inhale. Exhale, with or without a vinyasa, down dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Crescent lunge as you inhale. Vinyasa or skip it as you exhale. Remember, listen to your body. Just because other people are doing vinyasas doesn't mean you have to. Look towards the top of the mat. I know you think you do, but you don't. Look towards the top, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, balance chair. Stay on the toes. Inhale, arms forward. Exhale, hips to heels. Stay or crow pose as you inhale. Vinyasa as you exhale. We practice today so we can practice tomorrow. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Crescent lunge as you inhale. Vinyasa as you exhale. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, vinyasa. Downward dog, take a nice deep breath through the nose. Big open mouth exhale. One more like that, inhale. Open mouth exhale. Drop your elbows, dolphin pose. Forearms are parallel. Walk your feet up towards you. If this does not feel good on your shoulders or your neck, you can feel free to hang out in your downward facing dog. If this is where you want to hang out, this is great. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. If you want to add those push-ups, you walk your feet back a little bit. Look between your thumbs. As you inhale, you'll shift forward. See if you can tap your nose. And then as you exhale, come back. If you're doing the push-ups, make sure you keep wiggling your elbows underneath your shoulders. We've got 8 more breaths wherever you are. Two more breaths. Last one. Everybody walk your feet back, forearm plank. That breeze is so good. And then you're going to lower your hips all the way down to the floor. Sphinx pose. If Sphinx pose is a lot for you, you can feel free to come down to Cobra. Otherwise, you're drawing your elbows back towards your hips, pressing your feet down into the floor, lengthening through your lower back, and then pulling your sternum through the gateway of your arms. So this is a really active pose. You're not just kind of chilling out here. Your glutes are active, but you're not death gripping them. So they're active to the point where you're pressing the top of your pelvis down into the floor, but you're not just clenching everything. I like that version, Anna. That's like fists together. It's like a power move. It's just like you are fired. I don't know what to, I'm going to call this power sphinx. Yeah, bringing your fists together and your elbows wide. I like it. We're going to take one more breath here. And then, huh? You're going to tuck under the toes. We're coming back into our forearm plank. So take an inhale, and then as you exhale, engage the thighs. We're back in our forearm plank. Angle the right arm in as much as you need to make it comfortable on your shoulder, and then roll to the outside edge of the right foot or drop the knee coming into your side plank. You can definitely stay here. Otherwise, take an inhale. As you exhale, the top leg is going to lift, and then you're going to take your whole inhale to slowly set it back down. Exhale, you'll lift it up. Inhale, slow and control, bring it down. We've got 3 more here. Last one. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, the left hand is coming underneath your right rib cage. Thread the needle, reach for the back of the room or for the side of the room. Inhale, come back up into your plank. Exhale, thread it under. We've got 3 more here. You'll love me. You'll love me at some point, maybe. We've got 1 more. Inhale, come into your side plank. Exhale, come back through center, and we're going straight to the other side. Obviously, take a break if you need to, but I have faith in all of you. When you're ready, you'll come to your side plank. You can have your knee down if you need to. Take an inhale. As you exhale, the top leg lifts. Inhale, slow, set it down. Exhale, top leg lifts. Inhale, slow, set it down. You've got 3 more. Listen, you guys only see me once a week. I have to kick your ass. Yeah, exactly. You're going to come back to your side plank. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. As you exhale, you'll thread it underneath the left rib cage. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, thread it under. We've got 3 more. Last one. Listen carefully. Inhale, the right hand comes to the sky. As you exhale, plant the right palm, pivot onto the toes, plant the left palm. We're up in our plank, or we're doing what Anna is doing and just chilling out on the floor. Power Sphinx. And then we're going to come back to downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, or plank. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your chair pose. As you exhale, right knee to chest. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, come all the way to stand without holding onto that leg. You'll take an inhale. And then as you exhale, you'll open up into like a floating tree. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, open it out. We do 3 more here. Last one. This time that right leg is going to cross the midline. We're going to cross it over the left, sink it down for eagle pose. Right arm will come underneath the left, maybe the double bind. Back of the hands can be together, or you can just glue the forearms together. Try and send both hips evenly back towards the back of the room. Sink nice and deep into that left leg, and then reach your fingertips up towards the sky. We've got 3 more breaths here. I know you guys are going to love this. You're going to keep the arms. You're going to come into warrior 3. We're going to do that same tiny little ball thing. So take an inhale. Keep your arms as they are. As you exhale, you're going to bend both knees and then curl your elbows in towards them. Inhale, come back into that warrior 3. If you need to release the hands, do it. Exhale, tiny little ball. Get as low as you can. Inhale, warrior 3. We've got 3 more. Last one. Come into your warrior 3. Inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Release your arms. Inhale. Come all the way into your crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, we're going to open up into warrior 2. Fucking love warrior 2. It's so good. It's such a good pose. Plank and warrior 3. They're like the best. Okay, so you have the option to stay here. Otherwise, is a balanced class. If you want to come up onto those front toes, you can certainly do that. Wherever you are, nice strong arms. as if you've got 50 pounds on top of both of them. See, I used pounds. Playing to my audience. And take one more breath here. You're going to flip your front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, the right hand cartwheels down to the floor. I think you know where we're going. We're coming into side plank. Drop the right knee if you need to. Inhale, sweep that left arm up to the sky. Same thing we did on our forearms. As you exhale, left leg lifts. Drop the knee if you need to. Inhale, slow lower it down. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, slow lower it down. And then yours looks so pretty. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale, bring it down. It's very Pilates. I love it. We've got two more. Okay, keep your plank if you can. Inhale. As you exhale, that left arm comes underneath. Remember, you can drop that knee anytime. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, thread it under. It's still just as hard. Inhale, bring it up. We've got three more. Just because you make it faster, Tristan, doesn't mean you'll be here any less time. Inhale, bring it up. And then you'll take it with or without a vinyasa. Make your way to downward dog. So just out of curiosity, Justin, do you hate side plank or warrior three more? Well, good news, we get to do it on the other side. Look towards the top of your mat, step, walk, or float. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more like that. Inhale, lengthen. Open mouth, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, left knee to chest. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, come all the way to standing. Inhale in the center. As you exhale, open the left knee to the side. Inhale it back. Exhale it open. Inhale it back. We've got three more. Last one. Left leg crosses the midline, cross it over the right leg for your eagle, and then left arm comes underneath the right unless you're taking a different arm bind. Sink nice and low, reach the fingertips to the sky, 4 more breaths. On your next inhale, you'll start to unravel yourself into your warrior three. Keep your eagle arms if you can. As you exhale, bend both knees, elbows curl into the knees, tiny ball. Inhale into your warrior three. Exhale, tiny ball. 3 more like that. Inhale into your warrior three. Exhale, step the left foot back. As you inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, hallelujah, open yourself out. Warrior two. We're here for several breaths, so if you want to lift that front heel, go for it. Otherwise, just settle in. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. Catch your breath. You've got 2 more breaths here. Flip that front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. As you exhale, left hand finds the floor. Remember to drop your knee if you need to. Side plank as you inhale. As you exhale, the top leg lifts. Slow inhale to set it down. Exhale it up. Inhale it down. We've got 3 more here. Come back into your side plank. Inhale the right arm to the sky. As you exhale, thread it underneath the rib cage. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, open it up. We've got 3 more. Last one. Inhale, side plank. With or without a vinyasa, we all meet in downward facing dog. Nice deep breath through the nose. Big open mouth exhale. One more like that. Inhale. Open mouth exhale. Look towards the top of your mat. Step, walk, or float. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, right knee to chest. Come all the way to standing. This time we're going to make a figure 4. Right ankle crosses over the left knee, and then you'll sink your hips back. Hands can come to heart center. They can keep reaching. You could hook your elbows over your shin if you wanted to. Next time we come back here, I'll give the option for an arm balance, but for the moment, we're just going to hang out here. You're going to take your right peace fingers, hook them around your right big toe, take an inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to come all the way to standing. You could stay here, or you can start to extend that right leg out in front of you, only so much that you stay nice and tall through the spine. We're going to keep our hip neutral for this one. 2 more breaths like this. Also could hold on to your knee. That's a good modification. Okay, you're going to let go of your knee or of your leg. Sorry, Anna, you're now going to have to hold this for much longer. So your legs straight out in front of you. You're going to inhale, drop it a couple of centimeters, and then exhale, pull it up. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, pull it up. So try not to send your shoulders back. We're not water skiing. Got 3 more. We're going to take that leg behind us. We're coming back into Justin's favorite pose, Warrior 3. Don't worry, we're not here for long. You're going to inhale, sweep those arms forward. As you exhale, we're coming into a Shiva squat. So the right leg will tuck behind the left as you bend into both knees. Reach the arms forward, fingertips to the floor if you need. Inhale, Warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. We've got 3 more. Last one. You're going to hold into that Shiva squat. You're going to keep sending that right knee down the outside of the leg. We're coming all the way to sitting in between our heels. That's it. Don't get too excited. We're not here for very long. Yeah, your foot stabilizers are going to work a lot. Left hand behind you. Inhale, sweep the right arm up. And then as you exhale, you're going to hook that right elbow either to the outside of the knee, or you can just kind of give a little bit of a hug on that leg. I feel better. Yeah, I feel better when I do the hug because it actually makes me use my body instead of just like yanking into my leverage points. I got 1 more breath here. You're going to keep your left foot where it is. You're going to take your fingertips to the top of the mat. We're coming into standing split. So you'll shift your weight into your left foot and that right leg will come up towards the sky. So you can either hang out here. I don't think none of you guys really practice handstand, but if you want to practice some handstand hops, you shift weight into your hands, try and get your shoulders over your wrists, and then your leg that's on top, it's a kicker. So you want to engage your glute and imagine your foot going to the sky as opposed to like if you were kicking up against the wall. That's like the worst way to teach yourself to do a handstand. We take 2 more breaths here. Everybody into your standing splits. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into your chair pose. And then as you exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, come all the way to stand. And then you'll make a figure 4. Sink down. Take your hands to wherever it feels good on this side. Whew, this side is tight. I don't know any good ones in town. They're all shit. You take your left fingers, wrap them around your left big toe, and then you'll come all the way to standing. Option to stay here, option to hold onto your knee. Otherwise, you can extend that leg out in front of you. One more breath here. You'll release your knee or your toes, extend that leg out in front of you, shoulders over the hips. Inhale, drop it a little. Exhale, pick it up. Inhale, drop it. Exhale, pick it up. We've got 4 more. Last one. Send that leg back behind you, warrior 3. It's our last time here. Inhale, sweep the arms forward. As you exhale, left knee tucks behind the right, coming into your Shiva squat. Inhale, bring it back up to warrior 3. Exhale, Shiva squat. We've got 3 more. On the last one, you'll hold it down, slide the knee all the way down to the floor, come to sit in between your heels. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, sweep that left arm up. And then exhale, you'll either hook or hug the knee, whatever the best twist for you is. One more breath. Keep your right foot where it is. You'll unwind yourself. Hands come to the top of the mat. Plant into the right foot. Left leg comes up, standing split. Option to stay here. Otherwise, once again, option to play around with a couple of little weight shifts into your hands. Maybe a couple little hops. So my suggestion, really press the floor away and use your fingers. Like if you catch your balance, use your fingers as like a balancing point. So shift forward and backwards kind of within your hands. One more breath here. And then exhale, forward fold. All right, we're nearly there. We're going to come into that figure 4 again. So inhale, we're going to come into chair pose. And then as you exhale, the right knee comes to the chest. From here, we're just going to cross that right ankle over into our figure 4. You can hang out here again, or you could take this to the floor and come into a reclined pigeon. If you want to play around with an arm balance or prep for an arm balance, your upper arms will hook in front of your shin. Your hands will find the floor about shoulder distance apart. So the back of my arms... I thought it was Anna. I was like, what? Anyway, you make a shelf with the back of your arms. Your right toes will hook around the back of your left arm. Hug the elbows together. Maybe the left foot lifts, and maybe you can send that leg back behind you for flying pigeon. Any takers? Yes, Ash, yes, you can do it. On this side because it is me. Okay, we'll try it on the other side. Okay, we'll take one more breath here. And then you're just going to unwind yourself so you come back up through chair. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, left knee to chest. Cross that left ankle over the right. And then once again, you can hang out here. Otherwise, stop anywhere along the pathway. You get yourself nice and low. Back of the arms act as a shelf. Hands come down. That's it. Hook your toes around the back of that right arm. That's it. And then start to shift your weight forward. That's it. Pull your heel into your glute. Pull your heel into your glute. Yes. Distracted by the dog. I mean, it's about a weight shift. Like once you're there, it's not, I mean, it is strength, but it's not that much strength. It's more about the weight shift than anything. We'll take one more breath. And then you'll unwind it. Inhale, everybody, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, with or without a vinyasa. Make your way to downward dog. Is she okay?
She's had a respiratory thing.
So that's a little bit of throat infection and then it's fine, but legal says it's a heart condition.
Oh, heavens. Okay.
So yeah, shame on you.
Sorry for laughing at your dog. Inhale, you'll sweep the right leg up. And then as you exhale, you'll step it through for a low lunge. We're going to set the left knee down. So this stuff is tricky, even though it doesn't seem like it should be. So you're going to come to kind of standing on your back shin. So you're in this like kind of like proposal position, I suppose you could call it. I'm not proposing to anyone. Everybody be calm. I'm sorry. Okay, so your first option is just to get really light on that front foot. So maybe you just come up onto the toes and maybe you can just practice kind of like lifting that foot off. What we're going to do is we're going to do what we would do in standing, but in kneeling. So we're going to come from this position. We're going to sweep that right foot back behind us and come into a baby warrior three. I know we said that we were done with warrior threes, but I lied. So you might have to bring your hands down. This is like way harder than it seems like it should be. And then you'll sweep your foot back through. See if you can keep it hovering. So we'll inhale in this hovering low lunge. And then as you exhale, you'll send that right leg back behind you into a baby warrior three with or without the use of your hands. And go through 3 more times. So take it at your own pace. You put your hands down as much as you need to. So this is kind of like, it's strength and balance, obviously, but it's also a lot of mobility because you have to use that hip to kind of get your foot through without just kind of hoiking it off to the side of your mat. Yeah, so your goal is to try and not circle around your mat. Your goal is to try and keep that right foot kind of like in the midline of your mat. I've totally lost how many we did, so we're just going to do one more. It's really hard. It doesn't look like it should be so hard, but it totally is. Beautiful. And then we're all going to end up with that right foot forward. You're going to step your left leg back a little bit so you're kind of just in front of your kneecap on the bottom of your quad. You could stay here. This might be a good stretch. Otherwise, you can bend that left knee, reach back with your right hand and come into the quad stretch. You could also come up like Anna is if that feels better in your body. Right knee, yeah. Oh, sorry, right hand, left leg. Yep. Yep. I'm going to take one more breath here. And then we're slowly going to release it. You're going to lift your back knee, you're going to plant your hands, and then we're going to come back into a plank pose. So, once again, knees are always an option here. You're going to take an inhale. As you exhale, draw your right hip down slightly as you tap your right fingertips to your left shoulder. And then inhale, come back through center. As you exhale, draw your left hip down slightly as you tap your left fingertips to your right shoulder. Inhale it back through center. We're going to do 4 more on each side, nice and slow. Poor baby. And we'll do 1 more on each side. We're going to hold our plank and now we're going to do the legs. So take an inhale. Remember, you can do this from your knees. As you exhale, your left leg will float behind you just to the height of your hip. And then inhale, slow control, set it down. As you exhale, the right leg will float behind you. Inhale, slow, set it down. We'll do 4 more on each side. One more each side. We're going to make our way to downward dog. If you want to take a vinyasa, take it. Otherwise, skip it straight to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale and take a nice deep exhale. As you inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step it all the way through. And lower the back knee. Scooch the back knee forward a little bit so it's underneath your hip and you're in this kind of half kneeling, proposing position. Okay. So find your weight distribution. Start by coming just up onto your left toes and see how you go. And then if you can float your left foot, you'll go there. Oh, this side's way harder. And then try to keep your left foot as close to the midline as you can. Obviously, you can circle around if you need to. We'll come into that baby warrior three. So I think we did 6 on the other side, so we're going to do 6 on this side. We've got one more. We'll end up with that left foot towards the front of the mat. Step it way forward, scooch that right knee back a little bit. Option to stay here, option to bring the hands to the left thigh and stand up taller. Otherwise, left hand reaches back for that right foot coming into the quad stretch. We're going to make our way back to plank. So set the right toes down if they were up, lift the right knee, plant the hands, and we're coming back to plank. So you might want to do this whole thing from your knees, even if you haven't done any of the other things from your knees. So we're going to combine what we did before. So you're going to get light on your left toes and your right hand. So you might just start by coming up onto fingertips and toes. Otherwise, you can lift the left foot, tap the right hand to the left shoulder, or harder would be to reach that right hand out in front of you for an awkward plank. And then you'll inhale, set it down, and we'll go to the other side. So that right leg will lift, maybe the left hand to the right shoulder, maybe the left hand out in front of you, set it down. Inhale, reach opposite arm and leg. Exhale, set it down. Inhale to reach. Exhale, set it down. We're going to do 3 more on each side. One more each side. And then make your way to downward dog. If you want to add a chaturanga in there, feel free to. Otherwise, we all meet in downward facing dog. Okay, we do one more of those little kneeling balance things. So you're going to shift forward into your plank and then just lower your knees. So just come to a tabletop position. Okay, so you don't have to face side on your mat. I'm just going to do it so you guys can all see me better. You stand up tall on your shins as if you're coming into camel pose, and then you're going to shoot your left leg off to the left. So it's like gate pose. Whew. It's hard to talk and do this. Okay, so your first option would just be you would bring your right fingertips down towards the floor and then reach your left hand up towards the sky. That's going to get your abs. If you want to add the balance element, it's like a little teeter-totter, I think is what they're called. So you'll kind of lift that left foot off, and then you'll start to bring your torso down towards the floor. See how low you can get, and then bring yourself up. That left knee will bend and hover next to the right. So it's almost like you're kneeling on both knees, but one leg is hovering. And then you'll inhale, shoot that left leg off to the left as the torso comes down. And then as you exhale, you'll slowly bring it back up to standing. Again, this is like way harder than what it looks like it should be, and I can't tell you why. And that foot can tap down as many times as you need to. You play with a few more here. And then when you next find yourself back in through center, we'll change it to the other side. So start by kneeling on both shins, and then you can shoot your right leg off to the right. Remember, you could just stay here playing with lifting the right foot or taking the right hand to the sky. Otherwise, start to come into that little teeter-totter, and then see if you can bend that right knee and hover the shin next to the left. It's so hard.
It's so weird how different one side is from the other.
Yeah. And it's also weird because it's like in my brain, I'm just like, I'm way closer to the floor. This should be a lot easier. But for some reason, it's like way, way harder. Here we do one more. And then you'll make your way into center whenever you're done. You'll come to standing on your shins, and you're just going to walk your hands forward. We're going to come into a puppy pose. So you'll reach your hands forward, stay nice and active. Forehead can come down to the ground. Think of reaching the hips towards the back of the room as you crawl the fingers forward. And then from here, you're just going to ripple through the spine. You're going to make your way all the way down onto your belly. So I'm going to give you a couple of options here. So it's really going to depend on how you feel in your back. You can have your chest lifted, and we're going to go opposite arm and opposite leg lifting here, like a little swimmer exercise. I want you to feel it from your glute and the back of your shoulder, not just in your low back, although that will work. If you want to kind of get more specifically into the back of your shoulders, then you'll keep your forehead down. Wherever you are, you're lengthening through your lower back. So a gentle press of the pubic bone into the floor. You'll exhale to lift. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Inhale it down. Exhale to lift. Inhale it down. And to the best of your ability, you're going to keep going. You're going to try and keep your pelvis pretty steady on the floor. So when you lift that leg, try not to rock your pelvis and your rib cage all over the place. We're going to do 3 more on each side or thereabouts to make yourself even. And then you'll come back through center. Okay, we've got one more ridiculous little balance thing, and then we are done. Okay, so you're just going to roll onto one side of your body. So keep your hands out in front of you, and then you're just going to roll onto one side. So you're kind of like lying on your stomach, but you're on your side. So your challenge now is to try and lift limbs up off the floor. So you might try and lift your bottom leg up off the floor, and then you might try and lift your top arm off the floor. Your body is probably going to want to roll to the back of your room, of the mat rather. Your job is to try and keep the top hips stacked on top of the bottom. You're going to feel your obliques working. You're going to feel everything working. You're going to take 3 more breaths. Lift a little higher for 3. Yeah, for 2, or a silly salmon or whatever the fuck they call it. And 1. And then you'll come back to center and you'll go the other side. So depending on what tilt the ground is on, this direction may be easier or harder. So try and line yourself up. So the easiest way to do it is like get right to the edge of your mat, and your whole body should be on the edge of your mat. Then you try and lift your feet up, try and lift your knees up, try and lift your elbows up. This side is really hard. You're going to hold it. You're going to hold it for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1, and then you're just going to roll all the way over onto your back. Hallelujah. This is my back. Oh, your back. This is sleeping pose. So we're going to take a figure 4. You can either just come in to thread the needle, crossing the right ankle over the left, and then reaching through with your hands. If you want to come into the reverse bridge or the reverse table, you'll keep the figure 4, but you'll just lift your hips up. It really just depends on what feels the best stretch in your body. Now hold here for 3 more breaths. Start to let control of your breath go. Start to feel your body relaxing. But keep your mind present. And then we'll take it over to the other side. Then you'll unwind yourself, draw your knees up in towards your chest. Take your arms out to a capital T, and you'll take your favorite spinal twist. So if you like to take a bind with the legs, or if you like to just cross one leg over and keep the other leg straight, wherever you are, if you're twisting to the left, you'll keep the right shoulder down. Option to take your gaze over those right fingertips. And then you'll bring yourself in through center and you'll take it to the other side. Bring yourself in through center, draw your knees up in towards your chest, maybe grab the outsides of the feet, coming into happy baby, drawing the knees towards the shoulders, letting the lower back be really wide and heavy on the mat. And using this time to check in with your body, we're coming towards Shavasana, so if there's any other poses or stretches or movements that you feel like your body needs, you can find them now. And then whenever you're ready, you'll start to release yourself into Shavasana, maybe taking a squeeze in towards the chest on the way or another twist. However you want to get there, when you're ready, you'll make your way into your final resting position, whatever that looks like for you. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes here. When you're ready, you'll slowly start to add some movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, bringing that up into your bigger joints, maybe taking a full body stretch, finding some organic movement that feels good to you in this moment. And then when you're ready, taking your time, you'll slowly make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And then when you get there, keeping the eyes closed, you bring the hands together at the forehead. Today, as you go forward, may you have kindness in your thoughts, especially towards your yoga teacher, kindness in your words, and kindness in your heart. Namaste.